I love Jimmy.
Yeah. So, moving on, one of the other games that was announced, kind of a bit of a surprise. I didn't expect it, but Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one kind of came out of left field for me. I know that Warner Brothers had been in talks of getting purchased by Xbox and game studios and whatnot, but it was more so the studio, not their IPs. They didn't want to release their IPs. But I wasn't
So
thinking
any new
that
games,
they were
right? Like any new games,
Yeah.
not existing IPs, right?
Well, I think it was just for like even their existing IPs, like they weren't trying to sell those. But
Yeah, existing IPs. But like,
Yeah.
so for new future IPs, Xbox would have a say.
I would assume so because it's
but
under
for
their
existing
their
IPs, they
WB
get
umbrella.
to keep those IPs. Yeah,
Right, yeah. So I definitely wasn't expecting the Gotham Knights, but I mean, it was a little bit of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to show us quite a
They
bit.
showed a gameplay video too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a
So
pretty good little chunk of gameplay.
so I mean, what'd you think about it, Mark?
So I really like that you could play 4 characters, right? So it's Nightwing, Deadpool,
Robin.
Robin.
Not Deadpool, but
Oh,
Red
sorry.
Hood.
Red Hood, sorry.
He looked
Red
like
Hood.
Deadpool.
Damn,
Sorry,
because of the mask.
And the
wrong
guns, too.
universe.
Yeah,
Wrong
yeah.
universe. And then Batgirl,
Batwoman or something like
And
that, or
Robin,
Batgirl.
right?
something
Yeah,
like that.
Batwoman,
So
Robin, Nightwing, and then Red Hood.
Batgirl. Yeah.
Batgirl, yeah. So I like that there's multiple characters. I like that you can play up to 2-player co-op,
Yeah.
either offline or online multiplayer.
Right.
So that's really cool. The only Batman game I played in this series was the previous one by Rocksteady,
Arkham Knight.
So I played that and I really enjoyed that game. This game is made by WB Montreal Studios.
So it's not Rocksteady, but
Correct.
it's the same engine, obviously.
Yeah, and
Clearly.
I
Isn't it
guess
the same
Unreal or
exact
something
engine.
like that, or is it a different engine?
It's the Unreal Engine,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
it's also their same exact combat engine too. Like everything is they stole Rocksteady's stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looked really impressive. I liked the combat. I mean, the combat in these Batman games is always fantastic.
Mhm.
The story, the world. I mean, they have a lot to work off of. So I was really impressed with seeing this. It's not going to be a game I buy on day one, but this is definitely a game that at some point I want to play. I went back and started downloading because all the games are on Game Pass, all the Batman games.
Mhm.
So I never played the ones from 2009, 2011.
Asylum.
Yeah.
I never
Asylum,
played none of those.
Really good, man.
It was a good game, yeah.
Really good.
I added those to my backlog of games. I want to play those and enjoy them. So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah. What'd you think?
Dude, man, this looked dope. Yeah, for sure. Like I wasn't happy when I first watched the trailer that Batman died. Like that's some hogwash. They're gonna have to fix that.
Yeah.
I just
Batman
don't.
died.
Yeah, Batman died. I wish they wouldn't resurrect people, but they're gonna resurrect him clearly. So I was a little annoyed by that because I want to play Batman, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Batman was an option, no one would play anything else, right? So
Yeah.
they had to find a way to get him out of the scene to give us
Yeah.
multiple characters, and so I get that. And man, it just looks so fun. Like for me, when I watch this video, I'm more excited for this than Avengers. Like I like,
Wow.
yeah, I like the gritty beat 'em up, combat system that the Arkham games have. They're really fun, man, and I like the stealth aspects that they have in there,
Sure.
infiltration aspects. I loved seeing damage numbers. That was so dope. In the combat, there was damage numbers.
Yeah,
so
that
that's
was
more,
popping up on the screen.
Yeah, that was popping up on the screen.
That's
so
new,
like,
right? I don't
that's
remember
all
that.
new.
I don't
That was
remember
never
that.
in the
Okay.
past games.
nice.
So like it's showing that more RPG element aspect, which excites me. Man, the world looked detailed and gritty, better looking than Avengers, right? Like if you look at Avengers and you look at Gotham Knights, dude, the world looked
World
gorgeous.
for world, yeah, for sure.
World for world. The combat is question, which one's better. That's totally up for debate. But I'm just saying, like the way that the world looked,
Yeah,
man,
I'll
it
give
looked great. I mean, just absolutely jaw-dropping looking world. When Batgirl was on her bike, that
dope.
was so cool
Yeah.
looking, man. I mean, I'm interested in a couple of these characters, like Robin with the teleportation. How
Oh, yeah.
dope is that? Like that was cool. Like I'm really looking forward to playing this game in the co-op.
Yeah.
Like,
That's awesome.
Man, how cool is that?
That's new, right? No
That's
other
all
ones have
new.
that?
Like
Okay.
they didn't have
they've
that
never had
before.
co-op on
So
this
just
game.
dope, dude.
that weighty, every punch you feel, like I'm sure it's gonna feel great on the
On that
DualSense,
DualSense.
man.
Woo.
It's gonna be awesome. Like so, there's
Yeah.
really not a whole lot bad here that I can say. This game looked really incredible. Super pumped for this
Yeah.
one, man. I can't wait.
Yeah. I definitely. I was looking at it and I was like, man, I definitely want to play Nightwing. I definitely want to play Robin.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it looked like it would be a really fun game, and I'm waiting to see more. I'm interested to see more. It does seem like like they're using this like Court of Owls type of aspect, and I guess that's where Batman comes to play, because Batman never actually died during that time. He faked his death to join the Court of Owls, but so that's something that hopefully we get more in-depth detail in. That they show that aspect. I definitely thought that it was kind of cool how the boss fights were, like with Mr. Freeze and like his different stuff that was going on in there.
And everything.
Yeah,
It was an actual boss fight.
Yeah. So it looked dope. It looked like it takes some strategy to be able to do that, and then to be able to do that with like another person and co-op that. You know what I mean? That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward to it, man. Yeah. It looks great.
Let me ask you this: I'm not knowledgeable of Batman. Who was the villain at the end with like the white mask?
That was part of the Court of Owls.
Yeah, he's like one of the leaders of the Court of Owls,
so
I believe.
He's the leader of the Court of Owls, okay.
Or at least somebody who has something to do with
because that guy was kind of creepy, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, who is that? It's like the main, protagonist
all those
of the
coffins
game.
were creepy, dude.
That whole end sequence was really creepy. I was like, whoa. Yeah.
I like that dark, gritty. I think that's why I'm what I mean when I say like I prefer it over like the Marvel. I like that dark, gritty world.
Yeah, you're right. Because from the Marvel Avengers, the world is kind of generic,
cartoony, a little generic.
The identity was, I don't know.
That's a great way to say it. The identity. That's a great way to put it. It's not as fleshed out as you can see the identity of this game. Yeah, right.
You see it.
Marvel, you don't see the identity.
Because I'm not a big like Marvel Avengers or I'm not knowledgeable about both.
DC
but
or Marvel,
when I see Gotham City, when I see this, I know what it is. You know, it has like it's iconic.
Identity.
It's like a logo. It has an identity.
Yeah.
But in the Marvel's game, it's more you're playing the characters. And this, you're playing the characters living in a world.
Yeah.
So
the world
like
is a character, where in the Marvel games, the characters are the only characters. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love you, me.